I would like to go into the demo of Targit so we can show you how it actually works as well. I'll log into Targit here, and now into my Targit desktop client here, where I'm going to show you some of the new content packs that we made for LSBI. In the new version of Targit, everything is a lot more visual than it was in the previous versions. So you have your pin folders where you can access your various analysis here. You have some shared folders, some bookmarks as well. But I'll start just showing you this. This could be a navigation page, an entry page. You can say you can customize it whatever you want, but just to show you an example of how KPIs can be presented: store sales, basket size, loss prevention, and member spend. If you want to deep dive into some of those areas, you can basically just click here on store sales, and then you're triggered to an analysis showing you a bit more about how sales are going in the stores. You can see your profit margin, your profit amount. You can see the top 10 stores by profit, top 10 staff by profit amount, top 10 profit by profit amount, and over time here as well, and by hour. And here everything is interactive, so you can do as many drill downs as you would like. So if I want to see something more about this Supermarket South, I just click here. See who are the top performers, which product are we selling, at what time of day are we selling it. We have a peak hour here around 1 o'clock. Okay, which product is actually being sold here. I can expand. Now we're just looking here at a yearly basis, but if I wanted to see it on a quarterly basis, I can actually expand it to the lowest level that we have data and see the information on when we are selling the products in this Supermarket South. I can, of course, by clicking up here, remove all the drills and get back to the status that we were before, so we get the full complete overview of the data. If I would like to see a bit more on, for instance, the Kronos restaurant, I can just click here and say, okay, I want to see a bit more detailed information. Then I just click on the icon up here with the magnifier. I go down to a more detailed analysis, specifically just looking at the Kronos restaurant, because it takes on the filter to the next page. We again look at the staff who have sold things, what is sold through the various POS terminals, which product categories is actually performing well. I could click on a specific one, food, and see, okay, which down here we have sold quite a lot, but the margin isn't good. What kind of food is that? That's chicken with brown sauce. Which one here? That's cheese salad, where we sold 15 pieces with a profit margin of 31. So this is a way to go down and get a visual overview of which top performers do we have, and where is it something that we might need to adjust in order to improve the performance in the store. I can remove here the drills again and get back to the full screen. If I want to go one step back, you just use the navigation pane up here, click, and you're one step back, looking still at the Kronos restaurant. I want to remove that filter, no selection, and then we just back where we started with the retail dashboard. If I want to go back to the front page, just click on the front page, and then we're back here again. And then I can decide to go a different route to say, okay, now I really want to know something more about basket size. Then I just click on the basket size icon, get down to a detailed information around basket size by my store names, by hour, posting period, and staff. And here I can again click around and say, okay, I want to see what is being sold in that specific store. I can remove the drill. I want to see what's being sold by a specific salesperson. I can get that information over time and remove the drill again to get back. So it's just a teaser because of course you want to have even more detailed information on which product is actually being sold here as well, but just visually to show you how data can be presented in a way that for many people is much more understandable if you're just looking at it in Excel. The icons up here is also shortcuts to information within the areas they actually is showing. So if I want to see something about member the members, I just click here, and then I get into my my member spend analysis, where I can see some more about what has been sold again in the various stores, my members, what kind of gender do they have, the age group over here. And if I want to see something specifically about females, I just click on females, go down to detailed information, and now we filter this on females, seeing that they are really into clothing. I can see, okay, the shoes our female members are purchasing, what kind of shoes is that? And I can, just by hovering over with the mouse, I get this explanation on which products. If I want to know specifically more about the members, I can go a level further down, and then I get the full list of the members who actually purchased those products, the name, email account, etc. And this is a way that you can do some marketing on them as well, but also get some general understanding where in the country are the members located, in order to do some marketing. Is there a difference whether or not they're single, married? Is there a difference whether what kind of age they have when they purchase certain products? All those things you can do a lot of analytics upon by using the power of Targit and the standard cubes available by LS BI in this case. And I can go back to start again, and then I can do it all over. So this is some examples from the contact pack, which is in the LSBI solution, where everything is set up and you're able to use it right away. If you want to create your own analysis in Targit, I really want to show you that just quickly as well. The thing you do is basically just go into the start menu here, click on new, and then you can go in and say, I want to create a new analysis. Just click here. If I want to see create a dashboard, I can click there. I can show a short video on how is it actually you're creating a dashboard in Targit, so you have a tutorial on hand as well. But in this case, I want to create a new analysis, so just create analysis. I have to select my data source. I have my analysis cube up here with retail sales, so just go into this. I want to see my total sales, so just add total sales to my crosstab here, so it will appear here. I want to see it by store, so I'd select my store name here, fetch the data, and then I have my total sales by store. I can of course sort it if I want to do that. I can add a new crosstab looking at total sales, and I want to see that by posting period. I fetch the data, and it might be that I want to visualize that either with a column chart. I can do that. If I rather want to use a line chart, I can do that. It's just the user who decide what kind of visuals they want to use in order to reach their audience. I can add a new crosstab where I want to see something about total quantity. I want to see my total sales, and I also want to see my total profit on my products. So I go in and add my product groups, and I can move around with the objects so it fits the design of the analysis that I would like. So over here I have my product groups, the total quantity that we sold, the revenue, and the profit that we have on them. And now everything is interlinked. So if I want to see on the Kronos restaurant what has been sold there, what is the high performer, I can just sort the data again and see, okay, there's something that we're selling that we don't have a product group on. We might have to look into that. But besides that, steaks, burgers, and sandwiches is the top selling products. Again, you can see here the profit margin on cheese is relatively low. It could be that you want to monitor that. It might be it's correct, but if you want to have an alert once it's below, for instance, 5%, you can go in and add this notification agent that I mentioned, monitor this value, and I want to have an alert when it's less than 5, because then I know it's critical. And now it's automatically going in and monitoring this on a daily basis, or at least as often as the data is updated, whether or not the profit margin is below 5. And once it is there, you automatically get your email. I also mentioned a crucial part of the Targit solution is the reports. And I have just a quick example here. Here we have a weekly report from Targit that can be sent out, where we're looking at a specific store. And the way you actually distribute this information in Targit is you right-click as a user. You go in, pick the document that you want, which is this weekly report. I want to schedule the job. And then I want to do a scheduling in a PDF. I could also select other formats. You can select how often do we want to run it. Since it's a weekly report, we can send it out every Monday. You decide the timing of the day as well. How do we want to deliver it? Most people, of course, send it out to the store manager's personal email, so you can select that. But in this case, I just want to send it to a folder, so you can see it actually works. So I send it out to my folder I have on my desktop. And then I use the batch functionality in order to send out the reports with the store's own data only. So instead of having hundreds of reports, you just have one master, and that is filtered with the stores. So I go in and enable the batch processing, select my cube, get access to all my stores, and here I have all the stores in my datasets. It could be that the cafe and the web store shouldn't have the weekly report, the rest should have it. I say OK. I can open my scheduled jobs here, and then it's set up here as a weekly report, and I can run it, and then it's actually sent out to those who should receive the report. In this case, it's sent out only to my folder that I have on my desktop. So now they're ticking in here as reports for each individual store, and then of course I can click this Supermarket South and see the report that they are having. So this is an example of a report that most, probably not the visual like this, but the functionality is something most of our retail customers is using, at least as a combination of the online access that they're giving their users as well, to have these reports sent out, and someone is actually also sharing this information with suppliers as well. So this was a quick introduction to the contact pack of LS BI and the possibilities that you have with working with data in your data warehouse. I will also quickly show you how can I add data to the solution by myself. And the way you basically do it is that you just go up here to Add Files, locate where you have the data that you want to add to the Targit solution. And it could be that you made a basic export of data from your NAV, and as you can see here, it's a Excel spreadsheet where you have some columns and rows showing all the transaction data that I have in this example here, with also the transaction data or date which can be used as well. So I just add this to my solution, and now it loads into Targit, and as my data source here, I just go into my data service, and I just need to refresh it. Let's see, I'm actually not able here. Let's see if I can get it in here. It's in here. I just add it to my data source. Normally it will just appear automatically, but I'll try to do it in a different way. Add it as a cube, my Excel spreadsheet, my posted invoices, save it. And it might be, yeah. Now we have it, as you can see here. I'll just create a new analysis, which you already seen before. So you get all the measures, which is the numbers within the Excel spreadsheet. I want to see amount on my customers. I just add that. I a new crosstab. So it's similar as you have seen before. You just build up your analysis based on the Excel spreadsheet now. It's also built a hierarchy based on the transaction data in the Excel spreadsheet. And now I can start doing my analysis as you saw before. Click on the customers, when did we sell to them? I can make a quick comparison of this customer compared with the City Power Light, and see, okay, how can we compare the numbers from these two customers in this case. So it's a quick way of adding your own data to the solution. Yes, that was the quick tour within the Targit Windows application. Everything is also available online as a web client. So if you just type in LSBI anywhere, .lsretail.com, then you get access to this analysis, which is pretty much what I've shown you today as well. But the online version here is basically the thing that most customers will be using, because there you have a limited functionality. Okay, now it's probably not online. I'll just show you a different version. This is just another example. Now we're in the online environment, and another example of how you can present retail data within Targit on an online application. I would also quickly here, before giving it over to Buddy again, show you how things can be on a mobile device. Now just go into the Targit app, log into Targit, and here I have access to all my analysis with the rights that have been set up, and I can click in and see, okay, I want to see something about my revenue dashboard, get that access, and here I can go in and say, okay, I want specifically to see Italy, because here we're below budget. So just click on Italy, and now it's Italy that we're looking at and seeing, okay, who are the top performing shops in this case. I could communicate with people, so if I want to communicate with the person in charge of Italy, I can highlight that. I could type in a text if I want to do that, where I could say, okay, what's wrong here, but I won't do that in this case. I just want to send this as an email, taking a picture of this, and a quick way to communicate with people. So there's some really strong functionalities available in the mobile app as well, with having the possibilities to comment on certain numbers, and an easy way to share this information as well. And I'll turn this off as well. So now we're back here. That was a quick tour of Targit and LSBI. Thank you for all the people attending around the world. It's amazing to see the interest that there is for this product, the LSBI package. I'll just encourage everyone that has some interest to reach out to LS Retail in order to get access to it. As Buddy mentioned, it's quite easy to do and install on some live data, and I'm pretty sure that LS Retail will be happy to assist with this as well.